Unfortunate.
You're going to be seeing this screen a lot. Just as you thought you had the perfect build, you'll do the math and realize that your death is inevitable, and you'll hit that refresh button and try again. Krumit's tail is not going to hold your hand, and it's better because of it. Another iteration to the Meteorfall games, this one will seem inverse to Meteorfall Journeys and how it plays. Regardless, similar to the other games in the franchise, this will easily have you hooked for hours to come. Krumit's Tale is a deck builder. Yes, I know, another one of those. What can I say? They're a great genre on mobile. This one, however, has a few quirks that make it worth checking out. For starters, the format is more akin to the game Card Hog, where enemies are on screen and you have to decide in what order you fight them, finally clearing the level when they're all gone. To make things a bit easier, you'll be able to add cards to your deck ranging from abilities, equipment, and weapons. Each one of these cards will cost gold, which can be acquired by defeating enemies or selling another card. Enemy attacks are all telegraphed, allowing you to know exactly what to expect from the moment that the battle begins. Within battle, there are certain modifiers to be aware of, such as Blitz allowing the first attack, and Poison triggering before the poisoned individual attacks. Completely blocking or blocking in access will allow you to stun your opponent, making them skip the action that they intended to do during that turn. After clearing the level, you'll be forced to take a new card and perk, which will work towards refining your character. With these mechanics, Krumit's Tale manages to strike a fine balance of strategy and roguelike. As you can see, the game has many of the characters from the series, and the same overarching archetypes still exist. You have your warrior focused on obtaining high damage or shields, your wizard allowing you to cast spells, and even your necromancer that allows you to have your minions do your dirty work. You'll see some familiar faces in terms of enemies as well. None of this detracts from the experience, as the unique charm of the genre has in the visual department does not get old. The perk system is something that works really well, as they often come with some stipulation to trigger them, such as giving up your base attack for more gold or increasing your attack without a weapon while decreasing your attack with a weapon. This give and take system allows runs to feel unique despite limited archetypes within classes. That being said, each class plays very differently from each other. The game is not without its flaws. Unfortunately, the first dungeon always has a fixed outcome in terms of getting through. I never found it too difficult, and since you start with the same base cards, it seems inconsequential, and you're really just getting ready for later dungeons. Considering that a singular perk alone is not game-changing and that progress feels very incremental, the game takes a couple of dungeons to ramp up and know what it is that you're going for. This is the same for every character, and once you play a couple of rounds with each, you'll wish you had the ability to skip the first dungeon or two altogether. Another thing that's a bit frustrating, granted I get it's part of the game, is realizing that there's nothing you can do to save a run at times. Given that you see every card before it comes into play in the top right and your enemy's attack patterns, sometimes you'll find yourself with no way out. That is honestly the only major gripe that I had with the game. At $6.99, you're getting a full-fledged gaming experience. I played roughly 6 hours and was only able to get one game-winning run. Along the journey, you'll gain experience to unlock more cards and characters that can be played with on future runs, and the gameplay loop is exciting enough to keep you coming back for more. With the only minor drawback being that of a slow start, Meteorfall Krumit's Tale is a game that you should definitely have in your library. If you have any card game suggestions, leave it in the comments section below. Otherwise, stay tuned in to Gaming in the Moment.
Just don't get cocky.